Hi, Mileena here, and today is the last day of Booktube-a-Thon, so it's weird. This is my first time doing any of the video challenges and stuff, and I've only done it one other year, which was last year, and I did the Instagram challenges, but that's about it. And I read about 4 books, and I'm trying to beat that, because just because it's the last day doesn't mean I'm going to stop reading until midnight today. But yeah, so today's challenge is your book story or something. I think it's like a story about a book or reading that has kind of influenced you in your life. And I thought that it was a cute topic, and one that makes you think like, oh, okay, which one would mine be? But the thing is, at first I wasn't sure. I was like, oh, should I talk about like the time that I discovered the Mortal Instruments, like when I found City of Bones for the first time, because that was an important reading moment for me, or like, my first YA book that I ever read, or a buddy reading with like my mom and my sister, like when we read the Maximum Ride series together, and it was like my first time ever kind of being in like a little book club thing and reading a book with somebody at the same time and kind of things. And I had a lot of things, a lot of stories, but I kind of thought that the first one that came to mind when I try to go like more back, because by the time I discovered YA, I was already really into reading and stuff, and I never had the Harry Potter experience because I tried reading it when I was in middle school and I didn't care for it. So I haven't read that, but I'm planning on reading it in the future, maybe next year or something. But anyways, then I remembered, when I was in 5th grade, I originally was in one elementary school, and we moved in the middle of the 5th grade year, so I switched to a different school, and I hated it. In my other elementary school, I was in chorus. I did the morning announcements, like the news. I was like the lead part in the school play. I had friends. I had a lot of stuff going for me at school. And then when I went to the new school, it was too late to join any like clubs or programs or anything, and nobody liked me. And I couldn't really figure out why. I guess I gave the people there kind of a bad vibe or something. And I spent a lot of time really sad because nobody would talk to me. I could literally go an entire day with like an entire school day with the only like words that I said being like words to teachers, like if they called on me or something, but if not, nothing. And it sucked so hardcore. But then one day the teachers told us to pick out a book that we would like read for like a couple weeks or something. And it was kind of just to have reading time, I guess, to kind of like have downtime and free time, but still be reading during that, to kind of still be doing something productive. So I went and I found this book, through the little selection that they had in the classroom, and it didn't have a dust jacket on it. It was just kind of a pale, like, off-white, and it had etched into it a pocket watch. And I thought it was pretty, and I didn't know what it was about because it didn't have a dust jacket, so I couldn't even look into it. But this is the cover of it. It's called The Miraculous Journey of Edward Tulane by Kate DeCamillo. Most people know Because of Winn-Dixie by her, but this was my way of discovering her. And it was the most depressing book I had read as a child, but oddly enough, it made me feel really better about my situation, because there were so many like very expressive characters, and there was a lot of like, it's about like a China rabbit who gets lost, because originally the rabbit like belongs to a little girl, and his name is Edward, and you kind of get his thoughts and stuff, and he's like a toy rabbit, and he gets lost off of this cruise ship. Like he goes into like the water, and he gets found by all these people, and somehow he ends up meeting and having like so many different owners, and he ends up like loving them and caring for them, and then as soon as he does, something bad happens and he ends up in a new place with a new family, but he always ends up like just loving them so much. And I kind of felt like I was developing those relationships with those people, that like you know, like there was like little girls, like homeless people, old couples, and they were all so kind to him and stuff, even though he was a toy, and he kind of just came into this environment and he didn't know anybody, and they all just kind of welcomed him with open arms, and it made me feel oddly less alone. And I don't know how or why, because it was a sad book, but I think it was kind of more about acceptance and love and people just embracing you in an environment. And I guess since I wasn't getting that there in that school, I was getting that through this book, and it felt kind of like I had all of those people as like friends, just like he was developing these friend relationships with these people. And it was weird and it was sad, and it's probably really different from other people's like stories that they're gonna say, because they're probably gonna be like, oh, Harry Potter, or oh, like I talked about this book on Booktube and now I have a bunch of friends, and I'm, I guess, not that social, so I still can't really say that. But like from that point on, I've found solace and comfort in reading, and whenever I read a book I liked, it was like I had gained a friend, and that is why I had become so hooked on reading for the rest of my life. And yeah, it has, led to all of the happy memories I have now. Like, sure, I have like barely any subscribers on this channel, not many people watch this, but I enjoyed doing like Booktube-a-Thon, doing the Instagram challenges again, and doing the video challenges for the first time, and reading all the books. And even though I don't really talk to anyone in the community, it kind of felt like I was doing that along with a whole bunch of other people, and it felt cool, and it felt like having a community, a group of friends. And yeah, I don't know, books always ended up being something that I associated with happiness after that. And yeah, that's my story. Sorry if it's awkward or depressing, but I liked it, and it's there. And today's the last day of Booktube-a-Thon, which is kind of sad, but I really enjoyed participating, and in a couple days Tome Topple starts, so I'm probably going to get into that to not kind of just slug off, and maybe I'll do videos for that or whatever. But yes, that's about it. My reading update for yesterday, like what I read in yesterday, day 6, yes. I read about 105 pages of Shut Out by Cody Keplinger. I don't have the book with me, it's somewhere else. But, yeah, I got that far, which was about 1/3 of the book, and then I've still been reading stuff today, but I am not going to do my wrap-up until tomorrow to see if I ended up finishing a couple more books, because that's what I'm trying to do. This video is a lot longer than I thought it would be, but yeah, if you liked it, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe if you want to see more of my face and my books.